I am newsman. The young boy was related to open the box. What?
Hello. So, yes, welcome to the new Loading Ready Run streaming office.
Yeah.
Which,
to you, it should look very similar to
yes,
the old
which
streaming
we've
office.
spent, we've spared no expense in making it look exactly the same as it was before.
Which is the point, really.
Yeah.
1 second, let me turn the notifier back on. Whip.
Obviously, there's especially we're not final on the lights here yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we need some more.
There's some more lights that are coming this week, so we will do that, and hopefully that will make the
I'm noticing less green screen shadow. Yes.
the lighting on us.
Less green screen shadow is because there is more space between here.
Observe.
So before,
Whoop. This hand isn't even touching the wall.
I think we could get the chairs back about this far.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I think so. Yeah.
Hello, I am back here.
So now.
Whoa.
Ooh, there we go. I hit it.
Hello.
So now, if we have 4 people in here for crossing the streams, they don't have to be like, I'm playing Mario Party.
I mean,
They could.
if they're good
Yeah.
friends, they could.
Exactly. But the point being, greater distance from the green screen means there's less chance to get green screen spill, like light reflecting off the screen back onto us. And also, again, it gives us more room for crossing the streams, which is nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like we said, the color.
Banana!
We also have a corner now.
Oh yeah, there's a corner in there.
In fact, we have 2 corners.
Banana.
You don't see the other one there. But the lighting will get a little better when we figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we go here, you can see a shadow. You can see my green screen shadow there.
It's cool actually when the shadow goes in there. It just looks like there's a the shadow works with the background.
Yeah.
In that it just looks like there's now a turn there. It's cool. Anyway, so
There are only 2 corners in that room. No, there's 2 other corners. They're just not on camera.
yeah. Well, so we'll be messing around with the streaming setup over the next week or 2, getting it a little bit more smooth. Obviously, the audio stuff was
That was weird.
a little bit weird at the beginning.
Not quite sure why that happened.
Hopefully, we may have to do some additional adjustments in that. But anyway, so let's talk about other stories.
Mm-hmm. Which means I gotta log back into where I keep the other stories.
The secret other story place. I mean, in terms of the stories that we actually that we did this week, I saw the Activision Blizzard MLG buyout thing.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was the story, like it was done as this thing where I think it was December 21st.
Yeah.
They basically had like there's about 4 or 5 major shareholders of MLG.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, they had a big vote because MLG apparently hasn't been doing very well from a financial perspective.
Right.
And so they had a big vote and they were like, yep, we're going to sell. But they didn't tell. So those are like the 5 major shareholders. Yeah. They're like, yep, we're going to sell. They didn't tell the minor shareholders that they were going to do that. And so the minor the reason why like the world found out about this, because there hasn't been like an official announcement yet.
Yeah.
But the reason why the world has found out is that the minor shareholders, like a week later, just got a message being like, this is happening.
Yeah.
And so it's obviously some of them were kind of annoyed.
Which you can do if you're not, like, if you're a major shareholder. The article said a collection of investment companies held the majority stock.
Mm.
And so they can do that. But they didn't, I mean...
Kind of a dick move, though.
Typically you want to at least tell them, but...
So, so it's like... So one of the people who received this mail leaked it to the press or whatever, so...
Oh, yeah. Someone's asking... A couple people asking for a walking tour of the new moon base. It is... A couple people have already linked it, actually. It is on our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Whip.
Once we once we actually get everything set up the way we want, especially in the podcasting or the
that's
what we're calling
that's the room that needs the most work.
what
right
we're
now.
calling Studio A or the podcasting office. Once we get that all set up, we'll do a more kind of formal walkthrough to show you everything. Because during that walkthrough, which was on Friday, I think, or Saturday, we weren't quite fully set up. So,
Oculus Rift, they've announced you can pre-order it on January 6th. They haven't said how much it costs.
I believe they have also announced that the actual release of it is going to be later than they were originally hoping.
Yeah.
Like, instead of it being released now, it's going to be pre-ordered now and not coming out till the end of, or the second half of 2016. But still,
The
it's going to be a thing.
we're still recording locally. We don't need to do that. So I saw some people say that they're not announcing it to because they're trying to like hype people up so that they'll pre-order it regardless of how expensive it is. But I also saw Ben Kuchera, who's a reporter for Polygon, who is also like super obsessed with VR. Like he's been doing exhaustive VR coverage for the last several years. His thing is like, no, trust me, I know how Oculus operates. They're just very last minute at everything. Like his read on it is just that it's they're just bad at this.
Well,
And I don't know which way I go necessarily. I just think it's funny that could be an option.
I mean, I don't know. That's like, it's not necessarily,
I don't
obviously,
really care that they haven't announced the
yeah,
the
obviously
price.
not saying the price is annoying for, people because they don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's necessarily a bad move. I mean, if you remember like the last console generation, both companies kept it pretty close to their chests for a while.
Yeah.
Before they actually released it.
The Umahara Kuwase game is just kind of funny that he kept his console on the whole time just because he didn't want to lose his save file.
It's true that especially after being on for 20 years, the battery in his save cartridge is probably dead.
I'm amazed he hasn't had a power outage in that time.
I know, really? Like that's
Also means he's lived in the same place for 20 years, which I guess makes sense, but still. The PlayStation wooden box thing. Well, it's like that sucks, and that's a dick move. Like I said,
the contrast in level of effort put into the wooden box and the dick drawn on the I feel the dick drawn on the box was very slapdash.
Yeah, I think that was like a last minute like. All right, I've made this cool box that's about the size and weight of a PS4. I'm gonna, you know what? Cock and balls, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
If it was me, it would have been the other way around. I would have definitely spent less work on the wooden box and more work on the drawing.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't have done that because it's an asshole move.
Yeah, exactly. And the Crackdown thing is weird. It was sort of put into like a. The news on this.
Right, it was just part of like a press release about random.
Tucked at the bottom of an Xbox Wire blog post is an updated list of 2016 release dates, and in the middle of the list is Crackdown 3 multiplayer summer 2016, and it's just sort of like I read.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's weird, and also why is the multiplayer separate? That's what. Why?
And it's weird too, because like from a perception standpoint, because like releasing the single player game and then having the multiplayer game come out a little bit, or multiplayer like add-on or a multiplayer version of it come out later, is sort of a well accepted thing. But going the other way around, it seems like it's like here's the multiplayer game, and then like whatever 6 months or a year later, it's like everybody loved the multiplayer game, but if you have no friends, you can play the single player game now.
Yeah,
which obviously, as somebody who plays almost exclusively single player games, that's not obviously true. But the idea of just being like, it's just like the multiplayer game, but there's no other people.
Yeah, I realized that I got into a flow of the story when I was doing it, and I completely didn't use your idea for the joke, which I really liked, which is that they'll be later releasing Crackdown 3 No Friends Edition. But so yeah, there's a couple different theories. Someone in the chat was like, it's probably to meet some sort of Microsoft deadline for promoting cloud tech, which I would believe.
Or yeah, I mean the thing that was I think proposed in the news article we were reading,
Yeah.
was that basically like it's one of these things where that's the sort of banner feature is this Microsoft Azure integration thing. So like they've been spent like 2 or 3 years working on that, and it's like, yes, we got that going. Someone's like, so how's the story going? The what with the what now?
Well, what the article was actually suggesting is that because the multiplayer stuff is more procedural and like build the world, okay, players go for it, whereas the single player campaign requires a lot more like
They have to actually like
hands-on like writing and designing characters.
And so it's like when they've spent all this effort like building the engine,
yeah,
but they weren't like normally when you're building a video game you would have all this stuff building the engine and then concurrently you would have like the single player level design and story stuff going on.
Yeah.
But they were really focusing on getting that tech going. And so I guess the multiplayer was an easier way of showing that off.
This is an interesting story. Descent and Descent 2 and Descent 3 and the Mercenary expansion have been pulled from GOG.com, good old games, with a dispute over royalty payments. Not from Good Old Games, but Parallax owns Descent and Descent 2.
The company that originally developed the games.
Yeah, but Interplay owns the Descent trademark. And Interplay had a deal with Parallax that Interplay could publish them and sell them and then be paying Parallax. And Parallax says that Interplay hasn't given them any royalties since 2007.
Oops.
So Parallax is like, okay, we're going to have to start suing you now. And they got the games pulled off of Good Old Games, and they're trying to get them pulled from Steam. So that, they should be pulled from Steam. Parallax is confused why they have not been pulled from Steam yet.
And maybe they are now, but
But yeah, Interplay.
Yeah, it's the
Interplay used to be this like awesome bastion of cool games, and every news story about Interplay in the last 3 years has been really sad.
It reminds me of that the like 3D Realms thing where they like sold the rights to Gearbox for Duke Nukem and then just started developing more Duke Nukem games.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, you got it like or it's like if you license the thing, if you're a publisher and you license the game from the people who developed it and then start publishing it, you do have to pay the people who you made the game again.
Yeah.
That's part of the process. I mean, I don't imagine that the original Descent was bringing in the huge bucks, but still.
Parallax, for their part, says that they want to get Descent. Oh, they are still on Steam. Parallax says they do want to get them back up on Good Old Games and Steam, but them doing it, not.
And the weird thing is that Interplay still actually.
If you own it on Good Old Games, you still have access. Yes.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that Interplay still has the actual like copyright to Descent.
Yeah.
So like new Descent games. I don't know if there are.
Interplay can license people to make new Descent games.
Right. So and Parallax can't actually. I don't think Parallax can like publish the Descent games themselves because Interplay owns the license.
Interplay didn't. Oh yeah, confusing. No. Sorry. What Mnemonic Light is talking about is the Fallout MMO, and Mnemonic Light mentioned New Vegas completely is like, wait, New Vegas went through Interplay? No, Interplay was not involved in New Vegas. New Vegas was made by Obsidian.
No.
But yeah, they were doing weird stuff with the Fallout MMO from before that.
That was the pre-Fallout 3 thing.
Well, it was like Bethesda bought the Fallout, bought the franchise from Interplay, and then but Interplay wanted to make an MMO, and so Bethesda was like, okay, we're gonna buy everything, but you can keep the Fallout name for the purposes of making a Fallout MMO if you start work by this date and have
certain
X amount of
milestones,
meet these funding milestones by other dates. In like years as well they had, and then they didn't. And so Bethesda was like, okay, give it back now.
And then there was a big...
Because the problem at that point is that now Bethesda's made Fallout 3 and revitalized the franchise, and if Interplay makes something shitty with the Fallout name, that's bad for Bethesda.
Right. And then, but like Interplay started getting mad that it was like, hey, you're making Fallout stuff and using the stuff that we're licensing, and it got confused. They were like suing each other back and forth for a while.
No, Van Buren was different. Van Buren was the original Fallout 3. They made Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and then they were working on Fallout 3, which was very much like Fallout 1 and 2. And then I'm not entirely sure why that got canceled. I believe it was probably funding from the publisher or whatever. And then many, many, many years later was the whole thing with Bethesda. So anyway,
there's a sweet Witcher, yet another Witcher 3 mod. We've talked about a couple of these, but this one allows you to play as several of the other. I think they are actually playable in the game, but only for little bits.
You can play the whole game as Triss, Yennefer, Shani, or Ciri.
Apparently,
some of the combat animation is a little weird because it's still Geralt's.
It's still Geralt's
combat animation. But you can. Do they talk like him too?
It's still his voice.
That's weird.
Yeah. And obviously some of the scenes in which
I can do that, Zeke. 1 second.
Some of the scenes in which those characters are like in the scene with Geralt apparently get a little confused.
Yeah, that would be weird.
But it's pretty silly anyway.
And here's the Descent one as well. So yeah, sex scenes. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's some. No, it's not from this, but because there's a couple.
You could do yourself.
There's a couple of sections in Witcher. I know there's one specific area where there's like a brothel that you can go to that already is a little glitchy, just in the straight game.
Oh yeah, I saw this on Kotaku. Yeah.
And when I don't think it's this mod, but it was somebody was doing going through a thing where you.
They basically did like a game breaking thing.
Yeah, messing more stuff up.
And they ended up doing this cutscene in a brothel where Geralt has sex, except he's the player character is both Geralt and Ciri at the same time.
They're like embedded within
and so
each other.
It switches. Like sometimes Geralt and the NPC will be having a conversation and Ciri's just sort of there, like wandering around, or sometimes it's just Ciri, or sometimes it's Geralt with Ciri's head. Sometimes they are, like you say, phasing through each other. So it's Ciri's head and bits of her clothing sticking out of Geralt's horribly scarred torso. Sometimes it's also just Geralt's torso. Like literally, there's video of this. It's like belt line up to neck. Arms, hands, all that, but nothing else. No, like waist down, invisible, neck up, invisible, just floating torso. It's really, really weird.
Not perfect system.
Let me see if I can find you that link. Also, the video is not safe for work, obviously, because it's Geralt having sex. It's a little further back.
Yeah, I don't know how far ago it was. Long ago.
Oh yeah, hey, someone beat the record for, here it is. Someone beat the world record for beating Fallout 3.
Oh yeah?
Under 15 minutes.
Seems decent. Somebody also beat, there's also another story that somebody beat Fallout 4 with no kills.
Yeah, I read about that. That's a challenge.
Yeah. And it's not, like, it was not a pacifist run.
No.
Because he did various things to make people kill each other.
Yeah.
But no actual, like, all his stats were no kills.
Yeah, which is tricky because companion kills count as your kills.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really interesting actually. I want to watch some of it, but he had to do a lot of like kiting things into other things to make them kill each other. No kills attributed to their character.
Convincing people to fight each other.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one...
Doing the pacifism skill.
Yeah.
Where you aim your gun at someone and they go, oh. Okay.
Apparently, there's actually one section where he actually goes to a guy and picks his pocket to give him a bunch of better equipment.
Yeah.
So that when he lures him into or to fight another guy, they actually kill each other.
Yeah.
Properly, which I love.
Yeah. Anubis, I'm going to record a new Agatha Christie in the next couple days. Obviously, last week was long hours last week. Long hours. Good, though. Worthwhile. This place is great. I'm really excited to work here.
And let me just think.
Actually, what time is it? Oh, did my parents already come by? They were supposed to come by at some point.
Ooh.
One moment. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, there's another story that we didn't get a chance to talk about, but I think we've done the stories similar to this before, but after working on it for 5 years, a guy named Terry Garrett, who's blind, finished playing Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is pretty incredible. Even the the water temple and all this stuff, by using not only using stereo speakers so he could tell the directions of things, but also using apparently the chat helped him out a lot. Using advice from viewers combined with his own knowledge of the game and the save. He also was emulating it, so he had a save state thing. So you can watch the whole gameplay, and obviously the last little bit especially. But that's pretty cool. I like that. And I think. Oh yeah.
We have many subs to welcome.
Windows 95 running on a 3DS. Sorry, that was just we did that in the little end bit. And I was trying to figure out when I was writing that little end piece, I was trying to figure out a good joke for, Windows 95 running on a 3DS. I was gonna go Trumpet Windsock, but that's more Windows 3.1. Anyway, yeah, if there's some reason that you want Windows running on your 3DS and you have one of the new 3DSs, it doesn't. Yeah. The hack doesn't work on the old ones, but one of the new 3DSs, you can get DOSBox running on it, and then you can get Windows 95 running on DOSBox, and you can have Windows on your 3DS for whatever reason that you would want that. They also the article I was reading was talking about, it's this is actually whereas video game companies is a really dead time because it's after Christmas and it's vacations and stuff. Because it's vacations, this is when all the hacks happen because everyone's home from college or whatever, and they have a lot of time. Yeah. And so somebody's also got Linux going on PS4, which is kind of cool.
Oh, fancy. People who resubscribed today or subscribed today, because there are some new ones in here. Real Gamer Cal with a 24-month resub. The 2 years from the Real Gamer Cal. The Ocean who subbed 18 months. Welcome back. TXC2 with a 10-month resub. Orthochromatic Dragon with a 2-month resub. Zeke229 with a 23-month resub. 3D. Nicky Wolf with a 10-month resub. HP Braincase, 1 year, 12 months. HP Braincase. Nice. Rantling with a 9-month resub. New subscriber, Space Carl. Welcome to the channel. Space Carl. Itazu with a 28-month resub. Sketchy Details, 26-month resub.
A little sketchy.
IO Otter, I think. Or Low Otter. I think it's IO Otter. With a 2-month resub. I could be wrong about the pronunciation.
You're better font.
Togashi Naruta and Bronzefinger, both with a 24-month resub. 2 years from Togashi Naruta and Bronzefinger. Ninja Mummy Ramses, 2-month resub. Welcome back. A Forsh with a 23-month resub. Another 24 from Super Mario. 2 years from Super Mario. Mario. Night Valiant 28 with a 22-month resub. Raymanicus with a 22-month resub. Cathanid with a 10-month resub. Eldrazi Outlaw, 23 months. Castellotranto with a 29-month resub. Physicist, spelled Fizzicist. Physicist, 13.
As it is spelled.
As it is spelled, with a 20-month resub. Psychon Jr. with a 7-month resub. Katniss Bot, 6 months. Insert witty phrase here, 6 months. Mirnus, 6 months. Captain Ender 7, 25-month resub.
It's like we haven't been streaming for a while. So
Yeah.
people are subbing.
Indie Star X with a 7-month resub. Mad Commander Mo with a 10-month resub. Or Moe, as we frequently say. Jondare with a 23-month resub. The one called Stu, 9 months. Inolans, 5 months. Curidan, 10 months. Hail the RNG with an 11-month resub. Grand Llama Q, 15-month resub. El Fuzzy, 24-month resub. And Lathos Tyran, 24-month resub. A pair of 2 years there. Underscore 5 core with an 11-month resub. We just do that to bug you, basically. Underscore with an 11-month resub. Sergeant Oblivious with a 9-month resub. Clench Eastwood, 3 months. Ogier 300, 4 months. Someone, no, not you, 15-month resub. Doom Limit, 8 months. Ray FK, 17 months. Shamble My Shark 4 with a 2-month resub. Andrew with a 2-month resub. Welcome back, Andrew. Miniwhack with a 7-month resub. Chef Steven, 11-month resub. Death Javu, 3 months. Eric 90 with 12 months, a 1 year from Eric 90. Zibanitu with a 10-month resub. Pippin G with a 4-month resub. Edgarware EXE, 24-month resub, 2 years from Edgarware EXE. Tyrannic Moron with a 29-month resub. Lord Zarano with a 9-month resub. Tap Tap Unleash, a 4-month resub.
Ooh.
Raven, 20 months. Omega Laron, a 24-month resub, 2 years from Omega Laron. And Spoonerism Squirrel with a 7-month resub. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. And
It is to your credit that we have this new space. So definitely check out that. Let me link it again. Definitely check out our current Moonbase tour with a better one to come at some point for that. Oh, hey, Kinogami with a 24-month resub. 2 years from Kinogami. Goodness me.
And Damori is his birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Demori.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Da, 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 da.
Oh.
Wait, that's not the birthday song.
Miniwhack. Your screen freeze when you recall. Miniwhack, welcome back. Wait, it was a 7-month resub. Welcome back. Thank you
Yay!
so much. How horrible was the mini fridge when you went to remove it? The mini fridge is actually fine.
Yeah, mini
The
fridge.
current fridge is fine. We have we have a plan for that. You'll see.
We now have a maxi fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually no,
Mega fridge?
regular fridge.
Regular fridge.
Actually slightly smaller than regular fridge, but still significantly larger than mini fridge. It's a long name. Maybe they should shorten that.
Because I copied that from the Loading Ready Live channel, I'm just looking at some of the things, like some of the thumbnails. I like the one for Yoshi's Woolly World that just says tart, real big.
Tart.
Well, because it's start.
Oh, start.
Start, but the S is off screen, so it's just you playing Yoshi's Woolly World and it says tart, real big. And then there's a previous checkpoint show where I'm doing this.
To be fair, there is an entire area in Yoshi's Woolly World that is all cookies and other baked goods. So tart, it would not be that uncommon to start with.
Fair enough. Okay. That's Checkpoint for today.
Woo!
In half an hour's time, Paul is here with Things on the Stream.
Yay!
You beat Yoshi's Woolly World last time.
I did.
So what are you playing today, or have you said yet?
I have not said yet.
Oh.
I'm gonna still working it out.
All right.
I think I know what I'm gonna play. We'll see if it happens.
Cool. So thank you all for watching Checkpoint. Happy to be back on the air. It actually doesn't even feel much like Desert Bus. It didn't feel like a week. That really blew by. I can't believe it's already the 4th.
Turns out that even even the not like the moving our moon base, even though we didn't actually end up moving it that far. Still, turns out we have a lot of stuff. We also found all sorts of things that we didn't know we had.
So that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll get a skip and throw a bunch of stuff away.
Yeah. It's like, oh, great, this thing that we never knew we had.
I think Cam said his favorite phrase that he heard repeatedly was, "No one threw that out?"
It's like, I'm pretty sure we threw that out. It's here. Oh.
Weird. Anyway. Thank you.
Yeah. I was thinking, also, I'm still a big fan of, I mean, you talked about it on the walkthrough, but I'm still a big fan of, we were cleaning off we've got like a shelf in the old moon base where we had all our, awards and
Awards, that was really funny.
awards and things that fans have given us and all kinds of stuff like that. And you were cleaning that off, and you're like, "Hey, Paul, can you grab that tub? We need something to put these in." And I grabbed the tub. He's like, "No, the big one,"
which was not intentional, but I was like, these aren't going to fit in there. Oh man! Hey, just under the wire, Featherweight with a 25-month resub. Welcome back, Featherweight. Thank you so much. Not just for that, but for other things as well. All right, bye everybody.
All right, bye. See you in a little bit.
Wait, that one.
Ah.